Hello everybody, welcome back to No More Lemmings. We're gonna play some more of the Havoc difficulty! Now get out of that! Okay, I'm sorry for the introduction, but this level name was so authoritative that it just kinda meddled with me. So yeah, get out of that indeed. This is definitely one of those levels where the solution is not what it seems. We've done a whole lot of spiral staircases in the past, but now this level introduces you to a new technique, one that absolutely will blow your mind. After going through the purposes of doing spiral staircases, now it's time to switch things up a little bit. And yeah, by the way, you need another miner in order to make it so that your lemmings are not gonna wander off in the pit. But yeah, we now have to do spiral tunnels. Yep. We have to mine left and then right and then left and then right some more until that we get down low enough so that we will be able to make it all the way down to safety. Whenever you'll play this level on the Amigo or DOS version or any other of these versions that don't really have fine control, you might have to mine yet another tunnel in order to prevent all of your lemmings from going there. But since it's easy enough to choose the lemming that you want to choose, then let's just bring in the entire hordes, because we definitely can. And yeah, you have to also make sure that your tunnels are gonna be dug as wide as possible in order to create ledges for your lemmings to fall on, because otherwise they're kinda dead whenever they'll fall all the way down here. But yeah, a pretty nice level, not too difficult, but with that said, you definitely will need some practice in order to do that solution right. And now for a level that gave me a whole lot of trouble until that I managed to figure out a good solution for it. It's Creature Discomforts, and you're indeed going to be discomforted trying to get all of these two groups of lemmings to the end simultaneously, considering that they're at the opposite ends of the map and they all have to wade through their own different set of hazards. If you have a good look at your supplies, you're not gonna have the proper tools in order to bash or mine or do anything like that in order to get to the end of this passage, so we're gonna need to improvise. Bombers is definitely what we're gonna have to use in order to solve our conundrum here. And just in order to make sure that no lemming is going to be able to go there while we prepare the path, let's combine it with climbers in order to make it so that... oh great. That was not the best attempt ever. So you're gonna have to use most of your builders in order to get the right group to the end of the level. You don't have that many builders, so make sure that you don't waste them whenever you'll be tackling the left side of the level. And you're gonna have to build at the extremities of your platforms so that you're going to be able to make the bridges all the way to the end. But with that said, we definitely bombed the timing on this one, if you know what I mean. Okay. Okay, so this lemming is turning back. I have some time in order to... Okay, is this gonna work? Yep. It's kind of a pain in the ass to keep everything in check properly because you don't see what the hell is going on. And on other platforms or port of the game, it's even worse because right here I'm playing in 1280 by 720 so that I have a much bigger view of the level, but you're not supposed to view that much of the level whenever you're playing, so it can be a pain. After you're done bombing through these two walls or something, then you can use your miners as well as your bashers in order to make it to the end of the level. And now, considering that there's 10 lemmings per each side of the level, what we're gonna do in order to get everybody on the left side to the end is we're just gonna build one bridge here and everybody is gonna be a climber. This way we don't have to build a fully fledged bridge, and this way it can allow you to experiment a little bit more with your builders in order to finish the level, because, yeah, whenever we'll be done with the level, I'm gonna have like 2 spare builders, not 1 more or anything like that. So, yep, you definitely don't have a big margin for error in this one level, but it's still there in a way that you can try out some different ways in order to do this level. So all in all, it's a pretty clever 2-exit level for the most part. It's pretty fun to play, although it can get kind of infuriating whenever you have to do some precise actions on both sides at once, so you definitely need to be on the lookout for the things that you have to do right. And yeah, I hope that by now we're a Lemming master, because look at all that we're doing right now. This is definitely getting bananas. So, Lemming about town. Yep, the town where nobody is allowed to climb, because we've got all of those pretty well set up squares in order to make it so that climbing toward the right is not possible. So instead, we're gonna have to climb all the way to the left, and we're gonna have to devise a path for everybody by starting from there. So we have 4 miners, and we have 3 of these weird ledges in order to climb. So miner number 4 is gonna go here in order to ensure that, well, our climber is gonna be able to turn back direction, because otherwise, yeah, he's not getting anywhere. It's also possible to do this one bridge with only one builder. It's not mandatory to do in order to finish a level, but it's gonna make things a whole lot easier on you, because it's yet another one of these levels where the time limit is going to be really tight. In fact, for most of this run, I'm probably gonna do things the worst way. I mean, whenever you dig down in order to turn your Lemming the other direction, it's good to set it apart, because you do need to start mining at a fairly large distance of the place where you have to go, to the point where you're almost mining up through the ground, but don't overdo it neither, because yeah, we might actually run out of time here, because the last few steps that you have to pull off in this one level are going to be extremely delicate. Also, if you play like the Amiga or the DOS version, you're gonna have to adjust the release rate. Oh no! That was not what was supposed to happen! Oh, the calamity! Because, yeah, we still have to build a bridge, and we're only afforded 5 casualties, and here they all go! We've already killed our entire threshold of Lemmings! So, yeah, that definitely was not a very good attempt, because it's the climber that has to build the final bridge leading to the end. Right here, this is how you're going to make it so that you're going to be able to do the bridge with only one builder. It's not necessary in order to finish the level. We're gonna finish the level with 1 spare builder, but hey, it's always better to have some margin for error. Especially considering the fact that, well, you know what I was saying about all of your Lemmings at the start being clumped up together? You'd have to adjust the release rate in order to make them any manageable, because right now they're just a complete mess that is impossible to control. And by the way, you have to do something with them in order to finish the level. But now, let's do this level the proper way. We have to start mining the final platform a little bit later, so that our Lemming is gonna climb all the way back up here, fall down, and then we'll climb again. And as soon as he's going to climb back again, this is where we're going to go on the offensive with our other group of Lemming. Now you have to build toward the right. Yeah, with this one giant mass of uncontrollable Lemmings. This is why fiddling with the release rate will be important, because then this way you probably could clutter your Lemming together into big clusters that are pretty much all stuck together instead of having this sprawling mass. But yeah, now we have enough of a leeway in order to build our bridge and then have everybody make it to the end. And I'm pretty surprised, I finished this level with far more time than I expected. Usually this comes way closer than that. But then again, I pulled off everything about perfectly, so that's kind of par on the course. Oh, what an inspiring level name. Ah! Thank you. I'll be here all week in order to bring you more Lemmings level names. So yeah, Arrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr What about keeping everybody else busy while you're doing the staircase? Because of course you cannot lose anyone. So yeah, the first lemming is gonna build a staircase while everybody else is going to be a climber in order to wander off into the right portion of the level. I failed to showcase it properly into my early level survey and everything, but there's a pit where your lemmings are going to stay trapped in all safety in the middle of the level right at the bottom, so that's our destination. This level is all about multitasking. It's all about building your staircase while you're going to be able to build everything, save all of your lemmings, and have everybody just go to the end of the level in a timely fashion without any kind of casualties. But this level also has a whole lot of gotchas, so you definitely need to be on your guards. For instance, you forgot to mine onto the top of the tiny pillars? You're done. Or you forgot to mine with your rightmost lemmings? Yeah, they're also done because this is not a survivable drop. So yeah, we've already failed the level. Yeah, we've established a way in order to beat it, but yeah, the second the lemming gets here, he needs to mine, because otherwise, you're gonna be lost. So let's skip forward a bit, because I don't think we need to see every lemming walk to the end of the level, considering that I failed it, but yeah. Let's just spare some of that. Yeah, we're missing 3. Oh, we're not too impressed with your attempt. I only was missing 3 lemmings. What the hell were you expecting me to do more? Jeez. Talk about being rude. Oh, oops, I forgot to assign one of my lemmings as a climber, so yep, level is lost once again. It's not as if you can stall lemmings that fail to climb, because you need all of your builders to get to the end of the level. Alright, once more with feelings. We know how to do this level right, so let's do it. I'm kind of surprised that of all of the levels that I've seen in this one update, it's the one that has given me the most trouble, because this is far from being one of Havoc's hardest levels. In fact, this is probably one of the easier ones that we'll see in this update, and probably in the entire world, so... Yep, what the hell am I doing here? Just pull yourself together, because you need to beat this one level already. Oh no, I failed to click on the... Oh my god. Yeah, this level is all about testing your multitasking. You only have one bunch of lemmings to keep track of, but the thing is, they're going to be all over the place, they all need to do different things, and therefore it can be really easy to forget a step along the way. So, yep, perseverance and vigilance is the key here. Alright, come on, no more fuck-ups this time. Also, one thing to remember in this one level is that while your lemmings are in the bottom container in the middle of the levels, they will remain safe here. You just need to remember to free them with a miner at one point, because otherwise then you're definitely gonna look like a fool. But yeah, just out of principle, you're probably only gonna want to free everybody whenever your staircase will be about done. We probably could start freeing them now, but yeah, let's just finish everything, just so that we have nothing to worry about anymore. In fact, I'm not even sure why I assign all of my climbers, because it feels completely unnecessary. My lemmings at the bottom are just so confused to see everybody climbing up toward nowhere, because, hey, that's not where the exit is. I mean, it's right to the left, the path is ready, you don't need to do any of this. But yeah, this time nobody's gonna splat. We might waste some time getting everybody to turn back and stuff. But yeah, we finished this level. In the end, it wasn't too hard, but yeah, it can be hard if you're not focused or if you're prone to really dumb mistakes. Also, before I forget about it, this was the other level that was showcased in the Amiga demo of Xmas Lemmings 1991 in order to show off Oh No More Lemmings. Whenever you were in the PC version, it was another level that was showcased. This Corrosion, that was in the Wicked difficulty. And now, Flow Control. Yep, it's a vacuum cleaner party and everybody's invited. So, how do we bypass the vacuum cleaners? The question is, well, you don't, because you don't have any tools in order to dig up through this. So, the solution here, you start the level by raising the release rate all the way up to 99, and right after the level starts, you have to lower it all the way back down to 50 and then raise it back to 1999. Whenever you're using more modern source ports, like Super Lemmy for instance, this level is a whole lot easier because you can instantly switch the release rate from 50 to 99 by simply double-clicking or pausing the game and then adjust the release rate, which will make it so that you will save way more Lemmings than this, but I wanted to give a more genuine feeling of how it is to play this level without any bells and whistles. And yeah, the other skills were all a decoy, by the way. So yeah, you survived the vacuum cleaners. Well, welcome to the party, pal! And this is definitely gonna be a party, because look at all the ground that we have to cover here. So that'll be it for this one update, so stay tuned for next update as we're gonna play more Havoc levels. Let's see what the 5 next levels are gonna be about.